Annie Stewart's arrival on November 20th changes the temperature of the Noah storyline almost immediately. She's introduced as the competent detective handling Noah's car crash, and from the moment she steps into the investigation she brings an air of professional scrutiny that forces characters to stop hiding and start explaining themselves. Her presence reframes the chaos around Noah. What had been messy and confusing suddenly looks like a case that needs methodical answers. Annie asks direct questions and refuses to let convenient explanations slide, which means certain characters who thought they'd smooth things over might find themselves on shaky ground once she starts connecting dots. Matt Clark, under the Mitch Bacall guise, is tightening his grip on the story like a slow, deliberate coil. He's been nursing old grudges and his plotting moves from simmering menace to active confrontation. His fixation on punishing those he blames, Nick, Sharon, and anyone else he decides is culpable, pushes him to escalate. One of the week's most tense moments comes when Matt corners Sharon at her hotel. The building's fire alarms blare and people flood into the street, which is exactly the kind of misdirection Matt uses to isolate her. He intends to intimidate, to force a confession or a break, but Sharon's not as fragile as he expects. She stands up to him, pushes back, and shows the resilience that has defined her in recent years. Matt's plan to cow her doesn't go exactly as he hoped, and that failure chips away at his composure, but it doesn't stop him. If anything, it makes him more dangerous in his persistence. Meanwhile, the Noah and Sienna storyline becomes one of the grimmer threads. They wake up trapped in Los Angeles, disoriented and vulnerable. Noah opens his eyes but doesn't fully grasp where they are or why they're immobilized, which casts a pall of helplessness over the couple. The situation is frightening because it isn't just an accident. The way it's teased suggests a deliberate trap. Sienna waking Noah and the two of them trying to piece together what happened gives the plot emotional urgency. This isn't merely about getting out, it's about whether either of them can trust what anyone tells them afterward. Detective Annie Stewart's involvement ties these pieces together. She arrives with investigative rigor and immediately focuses on the who and the why, which brings the kidnapping-like angle into law enforcement view and raises the stakes for anyone connected to Noah. Back in Genoa City, personal dramas continue to boil under the surface even as wedding preparations accelerate. Kane Ashby and Phyllis Summers share moments of rekindled passion, and Lily Winters becomes an intermediary of sorts, advocating for Kane to Adam and Chelsea while also confiding in Holden Novak. Those quieter, romantic beats add texture to the week. Amid danger and police work, there are still human relationships that strain, mend, and ignite. Jack Abbott's interrogation of Nikki brings corporate and ethical tension into play. Jack presses Nikki for intel on Victor Newman's plans for the AI program, and Nikki's attempt to fill Claire in with family history shows how much history, and secrecy, still colors decisions in GC. Power and legacy are never far from any personal crisis here, and the AI subplot hints that business machinations will soon collide with the personal fallout from Noah's situation. The week culminates with Danny Romalotti and Christine Cricket Blair's wedding on November 21st, which should be a respite of celebration. Gina Roma and Nina Webster return, Pietro is back as the theatrical wedding planner, and the town rallies. But soap weddings are rarely simple. Even if Noah and Sienna are rescued and make it back, Matt's vendetta doesn't end cleanly. There's a strong suggestion that the villain might follow Noah to Genoa City, meaning the wedding could be the setting for further disruptions or revelations. So while the nuptials promise warmth and reunion, everyone watching knows that peace is fragile and drama can reassert itself in a heartbeat.